since we are going to add these pixels, hold on. Since we are going to add these pixels, so we'll start with the first row, and when you finish the pixels of the first row, we'll like start like the pixel from the second row, and so on and so forth. So we'll have like two loops, a loop that will take care of the pixels from every row, and a loop that will make us switch from one row to the other, like so. So we need to have two loops, and we'll be using while loop, and we'll be declaring two variables for our loop. We call them like I and J. Okay, so I will be like for the elements of each row, and J will be like representing like the rows of our the different rows of our sprite. Okay, so the different rows like this one. Anyhow, so let's go back to, so we need to declare them like var I equal to 0 as a first value, and var j also equal to 0. And we'll start by writing our first loop while j is inferior to what? To the sprite height. Okay, so the maximum value of j will be the sprite height. It won't be able to get more since we are mixing just this sprite with the main texture. So as soon as we arrive to this row, it's the end. So j is inferior to while the condition need to be true while j is inferior to sprite right. Okay, and the second loop, like we can write it from now, while actually I'll be moving this one, Control X, actually because in just we need to go back to this. As soon, let's say, if you take as an example the first row, as soon as I reaches this value, which is the sprite width, we need to go back to this pixels like in the second row, and of course I need to go back to 0 since we need to start from this point. That's why I need to place var I equal to 0 in this place, or what we can do at another way, we just place var equal to 0 in here, and then here I just re-initialize or reassign a 0 value to I in each loop. So while I inferior to sprite width, like so. Oops. Okay. So these are our two loops, and here I'll have like E++, and in here I'll have like J++. Okay. So we need to know now the coordinate of every pixels from the sprite origin, which is this one. Let's go back to this graphic, maybe it's more clear. This one, yes. So we need to know the coordinate of our pixel from the sprite origin and from the main texture origin. Okay, because we are mixing, as a reminder, we are mixing a pixel from the sprite texture with the equivalent pixel that is just below it from the main texture. So like this pixel will have like I and J from the sprite origin, and we'll have like a coordinate of I plus our first point x coordinate, and j plus our first point y coordinate. Okay? Look at this graphic. Okay? So we need to know those two coordinates. Okay. So we need to declare it. Like we need to know this. We need to have this variable. We call it like point. We call it like point. I mean this pixel. We call it like point. Its coordinate x. So point x is equal. Well, I would put it just as a 0 as a first value, and the same var point y equal to 0. Okay, so just to show you again, point will be like point x will be like I plus the first point, our first point x, and its y coordinate are j plus the first point y coordinate. Okay, and so in here I would just put like point y equal to j, as I said before, j plus first point y. Okay, and the same in here, like I'll be like calculating the x of our point in my I loop. So it's equal to I plus first point x. Okay. Okay. So from this, we need to know. We need to understand that we are going to mix like color pixels that are that doesn't have coordinate. I mean, we are using these coordinates just to try to compute the index. Like for example, like to know like the color index of this point of this sprite texture, like this one, it will be like j multiplied by the sprite width plus I. If you look at this graphic, this one, yes, we can make it maybe understand it better. Like if you want to try to understand like the color index of this point, so it's like the main. It's like this pixel. It's from the main texture, so it will be like the main texture width multiplied by this, the y coordinate. Okay. So we obtain, if we just multiply the y coordinate by the main width, we'll just obtain this color index. And we need to add to it like this, the x coordinate of this point to have like the index of this point. In this example, we are talking of this pixel in the main texture, okay? So to go back in here, so to understand like the color index of this point from the main texture, it will be like this y coordinate multiplied by main width plus this x coordinate. Okay? That's why we calculated the x and y coordinate, because we need to calculate also the index. Okay, we need to know the index of each color pixel, like the color pixel from the index of the color pixel from the sprite texture, and the index of the color, the equivalent color pixel from the main texture. So to explain it again, the color index of this point, let's say this color pixel is in my sprite texture. Its color index will be like j multiplied by sprite with plus I, if I am trying to know the color index of this color pixel in the sprite texture. But if I am trying to get the index of this color pixel that is in my main texture, it will be like this y coordinate multiplied by the main width plus the x coordinate, and it will give us the index of this pixel in the main texture. Okay? I hope it's enough clear. Sorry if I wasn't that clear for some of you. Okay? So I will call it like, I will declare it like var main index or main call index equal our point y multiplied by main width plus point x. Okay? So x y multiplied by main width plus x. This is the index of this colored pixel in the main texture. Okay? And the same for our sprite call index equal to j multiplied by sprite with anyhow. So this is the plus I. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So we calculated like the x and y position. Hold on. The x and y position of our point in the main texture. Okay. And we calculated also the index of our pixel in the sprite texture and the index of the equivalent pixel in the main texture. Now we are just we will be just mixing both of them using the addition method. Okay, so we'll have like since we have already like our result color array. Okay, so we'll be mixing like so. Result color. Result color will have like the same index as the main color. Both of them will have the same index. So we'll have this like result color is equal to main call index red, because we're adding like the red sub-elements together and the green sub-elements together and the blue sub-elements together of every pixels from the sprite and main texture. Okay, so red, we'll start with the red, is equal to main color, main call sprite, and now sprite color, and the index, yes, the index of its sprite call in. And I'll be just doing like a copy paste of this one. Copy. And I'll be just changing this to green J. Oops, I forgot. R. And R. Blue. Okay. Blue, and the dot operator blue. Okay, and that's it. Yes, we need to. I forgot something to do to finish, because we didn't do anything. We just mixed it. Now what we did, we just mixed the color arrays, but we need to apply this to our result texture. So I will just create a new texture, like I will call it like result texture, that will be like the results of mixing both texture together. Result texture equal or new texture 2D main. It will have like the same width and height of the main texture. So main width main. Okay, and then I'll just do like this: result texture dot set pixels parenthesis and result color close parenthesis semicolon. And then it will return result texture, our Texture2D. Of course, I forgot something else to do. When we use like set pixels, we need to apply it. So we need to do this like result texture dot. Hold on, what's happening? Whoa, 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 whoa. It's parentheses here. No. Very bad mistake. Okay, so now it's fine. Okay, so dot apply. We need to apply it. Yes. So now we can save it. Control S, save. Okay. Yes. No more mistakes. So let's create. So we'll use this plane as a to test our texture. So we need to create like a script that will use that function to mix two texture, and the results will just appear in on our plane.